What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we are back with episode 11 of Mod Review. It has been a while since I've done a mod review, but with the recent upgrades to the Frosty mod manager and the fact that mods are seemingly just getting better and better, I am planning on doing a lot more mod reviews on a regular basis, so if you do enjoy these mod videos, then there are plenty more on the way. Today we are going to be covering an awesome Darth Bane mod replacing Darth Vader, which is the obvious choice, and as far as I can tell, because it doesn't actually say this is multiplayer safe, just judging by a few comments on the site, but just to be clear, it doesn't actually say multiplayer safe in the description, so just do that at your own risk. This mod was uploaded by EldeBH over on the Nexus mod site, but it mentions that there were a heap of people that worked on it, with those listed being FlorisvdWetering, Priscylla the Witch, Dolana57, Mophead, AmWhitey, Squidy, and for the best name of the bunch, DixieNormus. And just so I don't have to refer to all of their names throughout, I will just go by EldeBH moving forward, but I wanted to make sure to credit all of those guys for their work on the mod, as it was definitely a team effort. Now, as always in these mod reviews, I'm going to be going through 5 different sections, with those being detail, functionality, additional mods if there are any, then I'll give my score for the review as a whole, and then lastly, if it is applicable, I'll touch on any improvements or additions that would be great to see as well. But anyway, guys, with that out of the way, let's get stuck right into this review. When it comes to the detail of this mod, this is easily one of the most in-depth, detailed reskin mods that I've seen so far for Battlefront 2, in terms of the mods that are just reskins anyway, as other mods do sometimes bend the rules a bit further when they're not multiplayer safe, and that allows them to push the limits even further. But the fact that this is just a reskin and it still looks so good, it is definitely up there with one of the best that I've seen so far. Zooming in on Bane, you can see the detail of his armor, all those intricate markings and everything really just add to the quality overall, and then the obvious standout is the fact that there are other sparks flying everywhere, even coming out of his feet as well, which I thought was a nice touch, as you can actually see those when you're walking along. I must say that his lightsaber is also awesome. I never really thought about it until now, but the fact that the staff saber is so long yet it doesn't look awkward or anything like that, that is another really nice detail, whether they meant that or not, as obviously that is just the pose of Darth Vader, but either way it looks amazing. Now, another awesome detail in this mod is that they've redone all of his star cards as well, and apologies for how they look in this clip, because I think that's actually to do with the no hologram mod that I'm using. It kind of makes them look all shiny, but you can see them over there on the left and they look absolutely awesome, so that's just another awesome little touch as well. Overall, the detail of this mod is unreal. Like I said, it's probably one of the more detailed mods that I've seen in a long time, and then on top of that, having all the sparks and everything definitely just adds to the quality even further. When it comes to the functionality, as in how well the mod works, whether there are any issues or anything like that, there was only one issue I could find in those couple of hours worth of playtime that I had with it, and it's not so much an issue or something that went wrong, as I believe it is done by design, but that is the fact that there are no voice lines. The mod completely mutes Vader, which is actually fine, I think, because that would obviously break the immersion, obviously, but a lot of other mods out there include voice lines in the actual mod itself to replace the old ones, so really that's just about the only flaw I can point out from the entire mod, which is definitely a good thing if that's the only negative thing I can find in terms of the functionality. Now, as far as additional mods go, there is actually one that fixes that problem that I just mentioned, adding voice lines for the mod, and this is the Darth Bane audio overhaul mod created by Simp for Obi-Wan. This adds some voice lines of the man himself, Mark Hamill, who played Bane in the Clone Wars. They are a little rough around the edges, to be honest, but that's no fault of the modder himself. That's just unfortunately how it is when stuff gets pulled from other media, because obviously it has music and effects happening at the same time, so it can never really be done perfectly unless it is just like a pure recording or something like that.
From the ashes of destruction, I was the last survivor.
So it is finally time to give this mod a score, and as I'm sure you can tell, this is definitely on track for a good one. The detail of this mod, like I mentioned at the start of the video, is definitely up there with the best in terms of how detailed and unique it is, with the sparks and the glowing eyes and all that kind of stuff. It really stands out to me as being one of the more interesting looking reskins that I've seen, and those small effects really do just add to the quality overall. In terms of the functionality, like I said, the voice lines were really the only thing I had an issue with, and at the end of the day, it barely even affects the mod anyway, plus I'd actually rather silence than Vader talking instead of Bane, and anyway, that additional mod saved it, so I thought the functionality was pretty much as expected. I'm giving the Darth Bane mod uploaded by EldeBH with the help from all the other fellows that I mentioned at the start an overall score of 4.2 out of 5. The sheer amount of detail in this mod, as well as how unique it is with the sparks and the glowing eyes and all that good stuff, it really makes it stand out as one of the better mods that I've seen so far in the community. There is obviously so much subjectivity involved in scoring these mods, so let me know down in the comments what you guys would would rate the mod overall. Obviously, it's a little bit harder without having played it yourself, but from what you've seen in the video, let me know down in the comments what you guys would give this mod out of 5. Now, lastly, moving on to just some quick improvements I'd love to see, and honestly, I don't really know if there are any improvements that could be made other than just fixing up those voice lines, which, like I said, aren't do or die anyway, and there is already the additional mod for that, so it is hardly a necessity. Let me know down in the comments what else you guys can think of when it comes to some possible changes or additions. I'm definitely keen to hear what you guys have to say, as I know there's probably plenty of awesome ideas I didn't think of. That is going to do it for this one though, guys. As always, a massive thank you to my channel members and my patrons for the continued support. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel as well, then be sure to check out the Patreon page that is linked down in the description. If you enjoyed the video, then be sure to leave a like down below, and if you are new, then consider subscribing to the channel with those notifications on. Thank you all so much for watching. You guys have a great day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.
Crush them! Make them suffer!